Hi. Oh, the camera moved. I am honestly not even sure if I want to post this. I am feeling super not good, emotionally and henceforth in my body. Just like icky and exhausted and like emotionally sore. Does anybody else get that way? Maybe you don't really realize that you feel it until you realize just how much emotions live in the body. Yeah. I digress. I want to talk about secondary trauma, also referred to in some circles as second wound. And it refers to the primary trauma being like the abuse, in whatever form. And the secondary trauma comes from the after effects of when you tell people about it. A lot of times people don't believe you. They think they think you want attention. Or they do believe you and they think that you did it for attention, and therefore don't acknowledge that it was abuse. Or people that just like blatantly, like, you say that they were abused and then they completely side with your abuser, or just all kinds of stuff. And I really didn't. I saw some survivors say that their family leaving them was hard. And they said that it hurt worse than the trauma itself. I didn't believe them. I hadn't heard of second wound. I hadn't heard of secondary trauma. I thought, no way would my family do that. Like, no way that would happen to me. So I don't even need to think about the fact that it would be extremely harmful. And obviously I went into this situation after my memories resurfaced, clinging to a semblance of reality, right? Well, it was all reality, but clinging to, I guess, what is commonly referred to as reality. And here we go again, guys. Dissociation. That came from shame. I felt a lot of shame talking about that because I mixed up my words, I think, and then just talking about this in general. But yeah, I didn't think that it would happen to me, let alone that if it did, that it would be as bad as it is. And I have to tell you, it is absolutely god-awful. God-awful. Like I said, I wish I had heard about secondary trauma before I told them, or even before I remembered my abuse, because I had already been studying on trauma and I had already had traumatic events with everything, like the suicidal ideations and the abuse that I was going through, that I was like cognizant of at the time. And I don't know, maybe if I'd known, it would have not changed things, but I just feel like I could have prepared myself more. On the other hand, there have been, like, I have thought, like, that I was ready for, like, additional secondary trauma, like another person to leave me or side with them or yada yada. And I thought that, like, I had a handle on it, and then it happened with another family member, And I just, honestly, at that point in time, that the effects from that was the most pain I've ever been in. Like, trauma be damned. And so, I don't know, I guess I want to educate other people, and like I said, I just kind of need to work through my feelings, and I like doing it this way. Yeah. I guess I can share about my situation. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, but, I suffer from repressed memories. I say suffer, and also it was survival, so, you know, they did what they needed to do. Like, my brain did what it needed to do. So it's not necessary, like, it's both, you know. And so a lot of people think that repressed memories are better, that if somebody doesn't know about the abuse, like, or if they were abused as like a really small child and their parents like don't tell them like that happened, like they just say, oh well, it's gonna hurt them even more. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. It's a hard night, apparently, and I don't even really know why. I was having such a good day. I've been having such a good couple of days, so I don't know why I'm dissociating so much right now. But anyways, I'm trying to get back to the point, is that, just, it's hard. It's really hard. And I'm trying to find silver linings, and they do exist, believe it or not. Not silver linings in my abuse, silver linings in them leaving me and siding with the abuser. The after effects, the re-traumatization. I've definitely had to stay with friends to stay safe. I've had to do a lot of coping mechanisms that I have learned. And there's still potential for more. There's one more family member that I'm smiling because it's ridiculous. There's one more family member that is like doesn't know still, like, that something happened to me. Like, I don't really know what's like, they're not reading my messages, and like there's like a couple reasons why they're not. I'm trying not to take it personally, but like when they do read my messages and acknowledge what I told them, like what I sent them, they could very well do what the rest of them did. And this family member is, it would be bad. It would be really bad. I feel very, very close to this family member. We don't talk much, unfortunately, life. But when we do, I just feel like everything is right. And we've had our rocky phases in the beginning, since when he was born. But something switched at some point, and we began really connecting, and I don't know how to say more without saying more, and I'm not ready to say more. So anyways, there's what feels like a a very specific connection with this family member that is left, that doesn't know and hasn't responded and had a conversation with me. And it's gonna be, you know, it's like, I'm really, I hope I'm emphasizing to you guys how painful that is if you are a survivor and you haven't told. Which, unfortunately, for those who haven't been abused or assaulted, that happens the majority of time. So anyways, yes, if you're a survivor and you haven't told, I always encourage telling. I do. That's just my personal philosophy. I'm not going to push it on anybody else. But if you do decide to tell, I want you to know this, because I want you to be prepared. Because I really do think, as much as, like, it's not, also part of it was the fact that I wasn't prepared. Like, that caught me off guard. I was just absolutely, like, I felt ambushed. And I guess I wish I would have known. Maybe it wouldn't have made it better, but I think just to prepare as much as you can. That's all I guess I can say there. Like, you prepare emotionally, prepare mentally, for people to leave you, for people to not believe you, for people to side with your abuser, for people to, like I said, say that you're doing it for attention, or say that's not a big deal, or make you feel bad for talking about it. That is a huge one. I had a few family members that were just making me feel bad for talking about it. Like, one of them, it seemed like he believed me, but, like, honestly, I don't know anymore. If someone doesn't say, I believe you, it's completely open. Like, I don't trust that you'll believe me. Just because at this point. But anyways, he didn't say he didn't believe me. But was just like, well, like, what are you, like, what do you want? Like, it happened long ago, nothing is gonna change that, like, and just, like, didn't want me to talk about it, like, publicly. And because of who it is, I understand it's complex. But just in general, that's just, if you want to share, if you want to speak up, if you feel like it has been, is, or will be an integral part of your recovery, of your healing, I recommend it. I so do. I just, unfortunately, people are gonna think that. People are gonna think in those lines. It's gonna feel very black and white, and in some instances it is black and white, and that's part of what's so hard about this, because it is so extreme. It is such an extreme thing. Losing people over this is so extreme. It's reality, though. It's not drama. It's just life. It's just fact. It's just what's happening. And for people to say, oh, well, this is so dramatic, like, I don't want to get caught up in drama. If you're going to use that logic, and if you think about drama in a very objective way, I guess, because I don't think a lot of people do, they think about it from an emotional standpoint. Yes, what happened? Abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, childhood abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, that's dramatic. stop letting people tell you that it's not, because it is. It is a big deal. And it happens so much more than you think. And it took me so many years to actually tap into that and believe myself. Believe what my subconscious was trying to tell me. Believe what deep down I actually knew to be true. I let other people's judgments and active, just mean doubts cloud what I knew to be true about both reality and myself. And that what happened to me, what was happening to me, wasn't okay by any means. And I knew that. But I tried so hard to minimize it for so long. And sometimes I still do. I found myself today thinking, well, okay, it happened. That's not a big deal. But that's because I was super dissociating. Like, it was a big deal. And then there are the days where it feels like a big deal. And I'm having one of those dual days because that's what it feels like right now. And it is. It is a big deal. Like, let yourself feel that. Like, other people, like people that are not survivors, it is a big deal. Please start playing an active role in supporting survivors, and to supporting the prevention of abuse, and to supporting just ranting. At some point I want to share more definitions and a little bit of statistics, but I'm not in my healing area right now, so I very much encourage you, if you are curious, and even if you're not, to do a little bit of research about what I'm talking about. Do a little bit of research on complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Do research on secondary trauma. Sometimes if you research second wound, that will appear as well. And just yeah, I guess I'm saying I encourage you to do your research, because I'm definitely not providing hard in your face facts. This is just me sharing my experience right now, and I think one of the biggest things that has been helping me lately is hearing other survivors talk. I cannot even express to you the importance I have found in that. And I thought I was going to be so much more alone than I am. I am so lucky. I am unimaginably lucky that I have the support that I do, even though it didn't come from my family. I am compared to not knowing how much lack of support would feel. I am lucky, and it's unfortunate that I have to say luck. It happens more though than what I'm saying, so I don't really know if I wanted to say more. With my family, I honestly, at this point, and I've been feeling like this for a while now, I feel good riddance. Like, I am in so much pain still, obviously, but good fucking riddance. I don't want that in my life. And I'm listening to so many other survivors talk, and how that is just, no, it's not okay. Like, I get to choose how I live my life and what I allow into my life now. because I didn't before. So I hope that you guys can take that to heart as well. Well, this has been lovely. I still have mixed feelings. Probably will continue through the night. I don't know. Yeah, a survivor story. Thank you.